I did well in tests. I always tested really well, and I'm a really good learner. I'm especially good at a self-motivated learner. But I hated being in school. Like, I couldn't stand just being there. It was really stressful, overwhelming, confusing. I was overstimulated. I felt like I never had any idea what was going on. I just felt I never felt like included. I just felt confused all the time. I just felt like everyone was mad at me for not being able to meet these expectations. I didn't really understand what the expectations were, or what I was doing wrong, or how to do things differently. So even when I was doing well in school, and there were subjects that I did really well in, it was like still never enough. It was still, disappointment, or I felt relieved that the diagnosis process had come that far. I first started seeking a diagnosis when I was in my early 20s, so about 15 years ago. I was still at uni, and the doctor that I saw at that time literally laughed in my face. He said, "There's no way you've got ADHD, you would never have gotten into uni if you had ADHD," and sent me away. So it took a lot of building up my confidence to be able to go back to a different GP and ask again, and to push forward until I got onto the waiting list. So yeah, there was a sense of relief that that part of the journey was over, and I felt validated because I knew what was going on. I was just waiting for the world to catch up to what I knew. I think they say things like smart and sensitive and very weird. So since my diagnosis, it's been a little bit easier to kind of accept those things about myself, and those things are okay to be. I think because in school it's not really okay to be smart or sensitive or weird. It doesn't help, definitely. So I think I'm starting to kind of accept that within myself and embrace it. Really proud of how far I've come in terms of my art and illustration journey. It's one of those things that no one asked me to do or expected me to do. There was no external motivation. It was just something that I knew that the more I drew, the better I felt. So I just kept pushing and kept getting better. I wasn't born good at it. I wasn't good at it naturally at all. It was work. I had to really put the hours in, and over years, and work really hard just on my own steam and just from my own internal motivation. So I'm really proud that I've been able to stick with it to the point where people do pay attention now, and people are more interested now, because I had to do it for a long time when no one cared. So I think the occupational therapy has been really, really helpful. There are a lot of resources online and in books and things that can definitely help, but for me to kind of process those things and make the most of them, it's been really valuable for me to have someone to talk to in real time, have a conversation where I can ask questions and get clarification on things. And yeah, I'm much better now at making accommodations for myself and figuring out what kinds of strategies are going to work for me personally, and what sort of things that I can practice that will help. So the occupational therapy has been really great for that, but I think just doing a deep dive into neurodivergent neurology and looking at it from a chemical and a brain structural point of view has helped me to understand better what's going on, and then I can be more creative when it comes to coming up with strategies that are going to help me. So some of the things that I've found really, really helpful that I've kind of come to by accident is writing things down and doing everything on paper. I love notebooks and planners and anywhere that I can give myself just freedom and permission to just dump everything out, and it helps me to keep that the thoughts flowing rather than getting stuck in like a bottleneck of rumination and like anxiety and panic. So just getting things down on paper however I can is really helpful. I think that there are a lot of traits with ADHD that I do enjoy, I do find useful, I do find helpful, I do appreciate. But curiosity is the one that I think really drives me. I always I need that like newness, I need novelty, I need that like kind of dopamine of like discovery. So I'm always looking for new things to learn about, and new skills to practice, and new places to go to, new people to talk to, new questions to ask. And I think part of the struggle with ADHD is trying to switch that off. It's not always the right frame of mind for every context. It's not always, doesn't always contribute to productivity. But so it's a struggle to kind of keep that in check. But when I just like follow the rabbit and like go where my curiosity takes me, I find that I end up with skills and information that I can think about in a conceptual way, and I can then apply those skills and that information really broadly to all kinds of different situations and different contexts. So even though it looks like a waste of time at the time, it means that I end up being really good at things and picking up on things that I'm only just trying for the first time, because I've got some like there's a ghost of a concept there from a rabbit hole that I went down a long time ago. So it helps me to be able to like solve problems in really unexpected and like out of the box ways. So other people find that really valuable as well. I do value it in myself, being able to like come up with a solution to a problem, because there's just a little spark of the concept back there somewhere.